Hey guys, and how's it going? You know who I am, Lady Leeanna, back here once again with another edition of Wicca for today. And it is great to have you tuning into the channel once more. I love having you guys around. Today I wanted to answer a question that's brought on by a subscriber, and it's no different from some other questions I've been having put to me from other people, mainly in different ways, but adding up to the same question or the same type of question. And so I felt that it's very, very important that I cover this now. Okay, also it may clear some things up for people that are interested in embarking on our pathway and may have a bad misconception about it, or people that are not in our pathways and look at us as evil because they feel that we have this satanic power to make things happen. Okay, but a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions as to who we are, and some of the questions I've been giving help, you know, to remind me that people do have a disknowledge of us. And so let's talk about this. First off, I want to read one of the questions, and I don't want this to come off offensive to the writer of the question, because it's not meant to be. I'm really just sincerely trying to be of a help to you, as well as to Christians who don't understand us, as well as to people who are interested in our pathway and have a misconception of what we are or what we can do, you know, because, well, let's read this and take it from there, okay? Here's my question to you. And my screen wants to go off right then as I start to read, just right there. And you guys probably saw it get darker in the film there for a brief moment. You've been in the game for a while and you've manifested things out of thin air before, I'm sure. What's to stop you from taking care of this issue with magic only? And he's talking about my health, the cancer that I've just been diagnosed with 4 days ago, 5, maybe 6 days ago now, but still so fresh and new that I'm trying to still center the idea inside of me that I have it. What good is learning and advancing in the craft if you can't use it? Pulled things out of thin air, I'm sure, is something that he writes. First off, we need to differentiate between stage magic and pagan magic. Okay. Well, stage magic is not true magic. There is always something up the sleeve, something behind the veil, or something in a trap door, or something that would shoot down into a trap door in the floor. That is stage magic. It is not real. Nothing truly happens there. It is entertainment. And, you know, there are some great magicians through history, which I really love and adore, because I like magic also. I like watching it. You know, but Houdini, I mean, was a great man within magic. You know, there have been questions out there as to whether he was this or that, you know, as far as a pathway magic practitioner, meaning in Satanism or in Wicca or paganism of some sort, where he could draw upon the forces of the earth and of the air and make things happen and whatnot, you know, because he was so good. It bamboozled people, and people like to feel that it's so amazing that it could only be real magic. Well, a miracle is giving birth to a baby that's half the size of a watermelon, or double the size of a cantaloupe, or at least the size of a cantaloupe. You know, 8 pounds. You know, that's magic. That really is magic. Magic is that which was given of the higher power as a possibility of something that can happen because we will it, because we really want it within our entire being, and because we have a great faith that it can happen. That is magic. Magic is the fact of something starting out this little and it's got something in it as hard of a substance as bone. But yet it can grow to the entire full size of a human being. That's magic. Magic is also people that are cured of cancer and left with no signs of it from the foods that they eat. But there they are taking from the earth. They are taking what the God system has given them. They are taking what the earth has given them. And they're using it to regenerate the cells in their body. But this takes time. We're not manifesting a silver dollar out of thin air and in our hands just simply because we need one. I would be a very, very rich woman if I could do that. Trust me. Because I would sit around for a solid year just doing this and nothing else but eating, sleeping, and going to the bathroom. Okay? I mean, I would seriously just be sitting there zapping money left and right if I could produce something out of thin air like that. I cannot. But who here doesn't feel that to some degree the earth has been depleted of a lot of its nutrients from man raping and pillaging it, taking from it constantly and never giving back? Who among us does not feel that this is true? Who also among us doesn't feel that, well, we have the government leaning on us on this side. We have bill collectors and debtors of other types leaning on us from this side. We have trouble with a relationship, or we have trouble with kids rebelling, or we have... Who among us don't feel that there are other things pulling from us and our energy so much that it may be at times hard to tap into? Well, we do have the power to heal. We have the power to regenerate. But this is a natural thing that was put in us from birth. The ability to heal ourselves. The body is given certain safety defense mechanisms to prevent things, and it's been given by nature things that can fight. Like, for instance, when you get a bad cold, your white blood cells go into action automatically to start trying to fight it. You know, this is all natural. This is magic. This is what was given to us by the higher power. This is what has been bestowed on us, you know, from the earth to make happen the things that need to happen. This is magic. The knowledge and wisdom of herbs is something that we evolved with. It's actually something that man learned, not something that was bestowed on us. But it was learned by us because herbs were bestowed on us. Certain waters, or the purity of certain streams we could take water from. Maybe certain minerals within certain muds. And there are some miraculous healing muds out there that people in faith healing like to really believe in. Basically, what I'm saying here is, yes, we can heal ourselves. We within paganism can heal ourselves. We can regenerate magically. But first we have to understand that magic can be a child being born. Magic can be a person that was diagnosed with something bad and told that they wouldn't live more than 6 months, and they are at this point, 12 years living past what was said. You know, this is magic, but how did that come about? Perhaps the person energized, put together a game plan of going into a certain diet to make sure that they could withstand that which the doctors have told them. Doctors, I would never mock. They are the people of today who we as pagans were in the old days. If it weren't for us, they would not exist today. If it weren't for open-minded people, then there would be no doctors today. Okay? But they're there for a reason. They really are. And we rely on them to give us the healing that is needed. Paganism has a great many fields. And the human life is too short to know everything. That's why we believe in reincarnation. That's why we come back life after life to get that which we didn't get in the other life. And it doesn't mean that we're going to remember everything that we had happen to us in past lives. A lot of times you don't. But we come back time and again to acquire certain knowledges and wisdoms that we can't get in just one life. So it's safe to assume that, alright, if you embark on the study of astrology, and that is a very, very big field, one that I never undertook because I wanted to learn the tarot. I wanted to learn charms and sachets and potions. I wanted to learn herbs. You know, those are big fields. I mean, and if you are studying in one, you are not going to have the time to study in all of them. You're not. And that's why we have friends within the same fields, or it's why we have doctors. And doctors of today are using the herbs of yesterday in order to heal people. That's why we go to doctors. We don't have time in our daily life to do everything that we would like to be able to do, or have all the knowledges and wisdoms that we would want to. Yes, I have a very good knowledge of herbs, but it does not mean that I know the best herbs or how to process those. I don't know how to use everything and not conflict with all the other herbs that I've chosen to take for the same problem. And so we rely on a botanist or a doctor, a dietitian, to kind of guide us on this. And, you know, it's the smart way of doing things, really. Do you know that the spices that you're using in your daily foods could work along with your herbs and cause you to be a free bleeder? And so if you go in for a surgery and your doctor does not know about what all you've been taking into your body, and he feels that he needs to do a surgery on you, and so he does, and you start bleeding out on the table, he can get sued, because people are sue happy today, as well as the fact that you can die. And neither of these are good. Nobody wants a problem. But everybody needs the help. Everybody is there to pitch in their knowledges and wisdoms. And there are doctors out there that are very validly good people trying to help other people. But we rely on them. And I don't care who you are. When you find out that you've got cancer, when you find out you've just had a stroke, when you find out that you've got hepatitis C or AIDS or a social sexual disease or something along that lines, you're going to get scared. You're going to seek out a person that has studied their life through on this one particular thing. Can I produce something out of thin air? No, I cannot. A stage magician cannot. And for those within Christianity out there, there is Jesus Christ. He didn't even pull things out of thin air. He did not. He manipulated something that did exist and turned it into something else, as he turned water into wine. Or he manipulated a few fish and a loaf of bread that did already exist to make it feed hordes. And it may mean that he quite simply pinched off crumbs and gave to each person within those masses, and it managed to fill them up through their faith or through his miraculous givings, you know. I mean, but he did not pull anything out of thin air. It doesn't happen. We're not magicians. No one within your faith pathways, whether it's Christianity, Buddhism, Druidism, Shamanism, Wicca, or whatever, it isn't stage magic, and it's not pulling a rabbit out of a hat. You really need to grasp what we are as pagans, because you're sadly mistaken if you think that we are about snapping our fingers and making things happen. 6 years into your hard studies, you're going to be brought down to earth to the fact that we are not able to do that. And then you're going to be disheartened and walk away from the religion altogether. As a matter of fact, it sounds at the end of your statement like you're already to some degree impatient, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to say anything bad or anything here, but in the last statement that you make, you say, what good is learning and advancing in the craft if you can't use it? Well, you can use it, but what are you using it for? What are you putting your faith into? What are you expecting? You know, be real. Work toward being the good guru. Work toward understanding the God and Goddess and the energy of the earth. Because if you don't have an understanding of those things, you are not going to make real magic happen for you. You are not. You are not going to get what's wanted, especially if you pray for it in 2 hours down the road, or a day or two down the road, or even a week down the road. You're stomping your feet saying, well, this hasn't happened. What the hell's wrong here? Blah, blah, blah. You know, if that is the person that you are, then you're not going to make it. You know, and that's why I sit here teaching you video after video how to be the good guru. And I've actually got videos based around that. And so there's no excuse as to why you can't learn patience. I mean, there are many different solutions to learning patience out there. Meditation is one of those avenues. Grounding under an oak tree, if you get upset, is one of those solutions. You know, getting together with like-minded people and talking so that you can feel good is one of those solutions. But you really need to grasp the religion, and you're going to get that through study. This has been Lady Leeanna with another edition of Wicca for Today. And I hope to see you tuning into the channel once more. Maybe you will, Maybe you won't. But I have to be true to me, and I have to be true to the people that want truth. Truth first. Okay? For without truth, you do not have answers. Brightest blessings. Bye-bye.